What is up, YouTube? It's Purger here, back with another video, and this time we are going back to the Galaxy Z Fold 5 because a new update has dropped along with the already available One UI 6 update. This update adds a bunch of really powerful AI tools that are packed with really useful features. Now, while I don't always use every single feature, I've been enjoying it. It adds a whole lot more to One UI 6 than just mostly the cosmetic stuff you've seen in the last video I did. It was mostly just covering the music player differences, and this adds a bunch of new AI tools. And you can look at the list of features in the Tips app if you have a Galaxy device. Search up Tips, and if it's not disabled, it should be able to pop up and show you what your device can do. So I'm going to be using this as a reference point so I can go over through every single feature, both what they show and what I provide as an example. So one of the first things I'm going to cover is this new feature called Circle to Search. Basically what you do is you touch and hold the navigation handle at the bottom of the screen. It should bring up this like flashy new screen. You click anywhere, whether it's text, image, whether it's an app like Facebook, your home page, whatever is on the screen. Like here, I'm in the Tips app. I can literally click that and it's going to show me images similar to that to explain what it could be. Or you can circle it. Say for instance, I want to bring it up and I want to select some text. I can do that. I can also circle any part of the screen, any app, and it's going to detect that and search it up online. Say for instance you don't know what a PCIe is or whatever, some mumble jumble like that, or you want to look up a similar wallpaper. This is how you do that. It could be both a useful and a non-useful feature. I'll admit you might not need it always, but you'll be surprised. You might wonder what something is. The second feature is the ability to translate phone calls in real time. If you tap the call assist button, it's going to live translate in a voice. Say for instance, whatever you say will translate into their language. So you can do text where it'll text it to them, or you can do a voice where the language pack you download will end up talking to them. You can also get writing help and writing assist, as well as translating maybe English to Spanish or French to English. Depends. You can even have spelling and grammar correction. AI uses what you type and actually types a better sentence for you. So the example is if they texted me, it would be able to read that. But in order to text someone else, you would have to use a translator, the built-in translator. Let's see. Hey, babe. Can you pick some milk up from the store? Question mark. And it would translate it. Additionally, with more translating options, there's also the advanced intelligence feature of real-time talking. So say for instance I wanted to talk to someone in another language. All I gotta do is say, hello, how are you? It's gonna read the Spanish version to them, and then all I gotta do is have the other person speak immediately after. The mic switches around, they can speak in Spanish and it'll translate to me. This is if you're in person with someone. Just in case you want to talk to someone, you can literally talk to them like in person with this interpretation feature. You also have the availability to auto format notes. So you can literally make anything you type, such as maybe a list or a document, re-summarize it, summarize it into bullets, or translate into another language completely. So to give an example, it gives you an example right here. You select OK. You can select to auto format, summarize, correct spelling, or translate. I'm going to try summarizing it for right now. and it's going to give you the option to copy, replace, or add to a different note. But as you can see here, it basically summarized everything in this as a general description. We're going to swipe that down, and we're going to try the auto formatting. You can do this in headers and bullets, even meaty notes. So if we do it in bullets, it's going to reorganize this a lot better than what I did. And you know, you can choose different versions of this format as well. And you have the availability to copy, replace the entire thing, or add to a different note. I like that one. But I think I like the first one the most, and the second one maybe. I don't know. They do a really good job of doing this. Swipe that down. And let's go to the next feature. You also have the ability to summarize and translate your voice recordings. So, just like any voice memo, you can record your voice, and you can choose to transcribe it if you wanted to show maybe another person of another language. Another great feature is to summarize or even translate web pages. So, say for instance, if I went to the Gigabyte website, and I didn't know what it really was, I can select to summarize, and it's going to tell me what exactly it is. But we all know what this is. This is a motherboard, or a software company actually. Sorry, not just a motherboard, but it's basically a computing company. They make motherboards, they make all kinds of different technologies. So if you didn't know what something was, you can choose to summarize it or even translate it if it was a foreign website. You can also reimagine pictures with the photo editor. So along with more features with the photo editor in last update 6.0, you now get the option to drag or crop out images such as people, objects, or even dogs. It can select and hold, say for instance, a picture of me and my girlfriend. You can save as a sticker, or you can decide to copy and paste into a completely different image. You can even move and drag to a different image, but only if it's compatible. Some of the videos are not compatible, so it's not as easy as dragging it over to a video because it's not compatible. It'll disappear. But say for instance, if you wanted to drag it to another photo, you can do that. But say for instance, if you're, in my case, you have videos and pictures all mixed together, the best idea would be to just copy. And it'll copy to your clipboard, and then you can paste it onto another image or background. This is useful for if you want to maybe drag a picture onto maybe like a abstract background or something, not another picture like I'm doing, but this is just an example. This is especially useful if you're a graphical designer with logos for a YouTube. Getting into the next feature, you can also generate your own wallpaper. So if you go to your wallpaper and you go to the generative section, you can now choose from a base imagery like night. You can either select the one there, or you can generate a new one. So say for instance I wanted to change gray, I can select maybe something like pink or rust. Yeah, maybe gold. I can go with distant mountain range. We're going to keep that. And instead of ice, we can select the coral reef. So it's an abstract gold distant mountain range with coral reef. And it's going to basically generate an image of all kinds of different examples. And this one seems like a really good one. So I'm going to set this one. And just like that, we have a beautiful new lock screen and wallpaper. The next feature on number 11 is the ability to protect your battery's lifespan. So if you go to your navigation panel and you go to battery protection right here, you have three options if you turn this on. You have basic, adaptive, and maximum. Your basic will charge all the way to 100, then drop down to 95. Adaptive, it will use maximum while you're asleep and switch to basic before you wake up. It estimates your time when you're asleep and when you're not using the phone, and it applies it based on that. If you have an irregular sleeping pattern, like you sleep sometimes in days or nights, it might not work so well, but you have 3 options to protect your battery. You also have voice focus for clear calls. It'll set the mic to only focus on your voice and remove any background sounds. So say for instance, if you're in a factory, you can disable the background noise while you're calling people if they can't hear you properly. You can also choose backgrounds of your own images or videos when you have alarm. You can also, when you're browsing your videos and your gallery app, you have the ability to instantly see a slow motion part of wherever you click on. So if I clicked while it was playing, it would slow motion it. So basically I can get an idea on what it would look like before I would edit it. You can also move subjects from one image to another, like logos, objects. So it's basically the same thing as that copy feature where you can take the image out and paste it on another. I seem to have gotten ahead of myself on here, so we'll skip that. You also have the ability to play videos how you want it. You can speed it up or slow down parts of the video instead of the whole video. So you can fine tune, speed, and select the videos, and so forth. You can edit movies on any Galaxy device. So this is basically saying that the new Studio app works really well between PC, tablets, and your phone in general. So as they bring Studio more and more features, it will work seamlessly between devices. Same thing with bring the whole family together. You have family features such as a Samsung account where you can have groups, shared albums, and 30 gigabytes of free cloud storage to share all your family photos. You can also change on the fly from a lower resolution to a higher resolution by selecting the megapixels in your camera. So say for instance you can go from a 12 megapixel like this, and if you click on the top it'll switch to a 50 megapixel, which means it's a high resolution. It makes it easier to get clear photos. And you have one-tap editing in gallery. So while viewing a picture, you can swipe up from the bottom and you can get a remastered version of that photo. Now depending on the image, it'll give you suggestions for certain things such as background blur. You can add a background blur. Some photos will even let you completely remaster it or erase shadows. So I'm going to try the remaster. It's going to give me a brighter, clearer image, and I can slide it and you can see the difference before and after, and then you can apply it. On some photos you can either erase shadows or erase reflections. They also added an auto blocker to prevent apps from being uninstalled from an unauthorized source, blocking malware, image, messages, and miraculous commands sent by a USB possibly. You also get the ability to keep editing where you left off, and what they mean by that is you used to be able to undo something or revert a change or change something, and then once you press save it stayed like that. Now it will save always, and you will always be able to revert your changes in your photos or movies, whether it's trimming or even cropping a photo down to a different, only maybe a person instead of the whole area you take the picture in. You also have a smart switch transfer that now when you have a new phone, it will transfer everything in the changes to the watch rather than making you reset the entire watch like you used to have to do. You also get the ability to copy and paste from one device to another. So say for instance, if you have a Galaxy tablet and a Galaxy phone, you can copy from the Galaxy phone and then paste on the Galaxy tablet. You can also do it with PCs. You can copy from the Galaxy phone or tablet and then go on your computer and press Control V and paste onto your PC. This is useful for me, especially when I'm doing my notes. I may want to add something for my phone and say I have a document on my computer. I want to paste whatever I was looking up on my phone to a bigger screen. So for instance, if I wanted to get a part on Amazon and I didn't want to re-look it up on Amazon's website and go through loading and finding the thing again, I can just copy the direct link from my phone or from notes like this and paste it to the PC. All I would have to do is just do Control V and it copies to the PC. This has been the Samsung One UI 6.1 review. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and I will be doing more videos like these. I've been mostly building my PC. If you want to check that out, I'll leave that in the ending annotation here in the description. Give this channel a like, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let me know if you want to see some gaming videos. I'll see you guys until the next video.